in the ever-evolving landscape of global geopolitics and economics. There are alliances and partnerships that hold the potential to reshape the future. One such alliance that has been gaining significant attention in recent years is BRICS, an acronym representing Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. In this video, we will delve deep into the BRICS alliance, its historical roots, its current significance, and the potential it holds to challenge the dominance of the US dollar in the global economy. The genesis of BRICS. The term BRICS was first coined in 2001 by Jim O'Neill, the former chairman of Goldman Sachs' Asset Management Division. At the time, the acronym stood for BRIC, as South Africa had not yet joined the group. O'Neill's prediction was bold and intriguing. He believed that these 5 countries would emerge as the fastest-growing economies of the coming decades and eventually become the largest economies by 2050. His rationale was built on factors like low labor costs, rapidly growing populations, and abundant natural resources in these nations. BRICS, in its early years. The early 2000s saw many of these BRICS countries aligning themselves with US-affiliated organizations. Notably, China's entry into the World Trade Organization was a significant development during this period. Additionally, global commodity markets were booming, setting the stage for an optimistic view of the BRICS economic potential. Goldman Sachs even introduced a BRICS investment fund, amassing nearly $1 billion in assets under management, a substantial sum at the time. Wall Street was largely bullish on BRICS, echoing O'Neill's positive sentiments. A shift in sentiment. However, by 2014, the narrative surrounding BRICS had shifted dramatically. 2 key factors played a pivotal role in this change. Firstly, Xi Jinping became the president of China in 2013 and initiated various initiatives that favored China's interests over those of the United States. One notable example is the Belt and Road Initiative, which marked a shift away from the previous era of debt-financed development. Secondly, commodity prices, particularly oil, collapsed in 2014 due to oversupply from the United States, which had discovered new reserves in Texas. This downturn severely affected commodity-dependent economies, including some BRICS nations. Diverging perspectives. The narrative surrounding BRICS appears quite different when viewed from the perspective of the member countries themselves. Notably, BRICS is not an official organization and lacks an official website or social media presence. It was Russia that transformed the BRICS acronym into a tangible entity, driven by President Vladimir Putin's efforts at a UN meeting in 2006. The first formal meeting of BRICS countries took place in 2009 in Russia. Interestingly, this period coincided with the global financial crisis of 2008, which eroded confidence in the US-led international system. It is plausible that this crisis served as a catalyst that brought the BRICS nations closer together. BRICS development initiatives. In 2012, the BRICS countries pledged to provide $75 billion to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, in exchange for reforms within the organization. These reforms were sought due to the unfavorable conditions, often attached to IMF loans, which were perceived to align with US policy. However, the BRICS did not secure the reforms they sought. As a response, in 2014, the BRICS nations established the BRICS Contingent Reserve Arrangement, CRA, and the New Development Bank, NDB. The CRA provided a framework for emergency payments, while the NDB became an official organization headquartered in China. Both institutions aim to challenge the dominance of traditional global financial institutions such as the IMF and the World Bank. A growing economic powerhouse. Despite challenges and shifts in sentiment, BRICS continues to grow in significance. Together, the 5 existing BRICS countries account for nearly 31.5% of global GDP and represent 41% of the world's population. These statistics alone underscore the alliance's potential impact on the global stage. A potential challenge to the US dollar. One of the most intriguing aspects of BRICS evolution is its potential to challenge the supremacy of the US dollar in international trade. While it is unlikely that any single BRICS currency could take on this role, there is growing interest in a digital currency. Bitcoin, BTC, emerges as a compelling candidate due to its proof-of-work mining, which requires significant commodity resources. Additionally, its decentralized nature offers an alternative to traditional currencies. BRICS nations have been exploring the use of cryptocurrencies for international trade, with Russia and Iran reportedly using crypto for this purpose. These moves signal a potential shift away from the US dollar for trade settlements. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.